What's up, guys, and welcome back to Adventure Boat. My name is Kelly.
I'm Trevor.
We're here at Overland Expo West, where they just launched the brand new Toyota Tacoma, and we've got a lot to say about it.
Yeah, I actually dig it.
What I really like about the front end is they took all the safety suite, all the cruise control functions, crash impact, they took it from the front end and they put it back up in the windshield. That allows people to swap out their grills with a lot less headache and pain of having to rewire all of that safetiness into the front, much cleaner. Also, the headlights, they're super sleek, very reminiscent of the other Tacoma. They're not quite as long as the Tundra, so I'm glad there's a little bit of differentiation between the Tundra and the Tacoma, but this is a nice setup, and being stock LED, I think across the board, which is great. Even in the SR5, I believe are coming with the LED headlights, which is a great upgrade across the line of the new Tacomas. I've got a lot to say about the front end of this thing. First of all, the Trail Hunter comes with the OME suspension, and I believe it has to have at least 2 inches of extra clearance than the previous models of off-roads and pros because it comes stock with 33-inch tires. Now, that being said, unfortunately, the motor mount or the cab mount is right behind the tire. Literally, there's a fender and then it's sheet metal. So if you want to put anything larger than the 33, I'm fairly certain you're gonna be doing a cab mount chop or a cab mount relocate to put like a 37 on. So that's one thing that I wish they had done, but I think the safety standards for the US require them to do that, so I understand, not happy about it. All right, moving back, we have 360 cameras. See the camera sticking out here? The camera system I've seen is a much higher quality camera. On my 2020 Tacoma, it's super pixelated. You really can't see a lot with a 360 camera. The newer upgrades, much better view, better camera system, better screen. You're able to actually see what's going on around you with the 360 camera, which is a huge upgrade. Now moving down, actual rock sliders on the Trail Hunter. And also with the off-road and the Pro, they come with welded on nuts throughout the frame, so you can mount rock sliders right to the frame without having to do clamps and extra bolts and drilling. It's a great setup that Toyota really thought out with the rock sliders because everyone's throwing rock sliders on the rig. It's a bare bones necessity, and that's a really easy way to do it. So unfortunately, the truck's locked up. I can't get on the inside, but there's a massive display on these, on the TRD Pro, the Trail Hunter, and the Limited, and I believe on some levels of the off-road, you can actually get like a 14-inch screen on this Tacoma. It's sick. There's also plug-ins, so you can actually plug in USB to be able to directly input your phone and other accessories into the actual tablet so that you have a massive display. So you're running Gaia, OnX, it's all right there. No real need. There's obviously, if you want to do GoPro or something like that, there's real no need to do an accessory mount on these because the display is so big and inclusive. So the Trail Hunter doesn't have these. I think it's only on the TRD Pro, but their new suspension seat is next level. It is absolute game changer. The way that the engineers described it in the fireside chats is basically there's a hinge point behind your between your shoulder blades and a hinge point between your legs at the front, and the seat is like a hammock, so it actually sways. And it's also on a system where it can go up and down and move laterally, and it's all controlled with an app. So you can actually adjust the seat per your weight and size, so it's excellent. Like if I get one of these Tacomas, it's probably gonna be a Pro. Moving to the rear, we have a 4-link with a coilover suspension, brand new for the off-road TRD Pro, and I believe Limited. I'm not 100% sure on that, but it's a brand new rear suspension system. Now they did keep leaf springs on the SR5, and I believe the basic packages, they kept the leaf spring. Off-road, Pro, Limited, and Trail Hunter all get a great upgrade to coilovers, which is gonna drastically improve driving performance on the trails. Maybe not so great for hauling. However, I'm sure the capacitors are there, but this is gonna be a huge upgrade that I'm really excited about. Finally, the new Tacoma has disc brakes. The whole line, SR5 all the way up to the Limited, disc brakes in the rear. It's been a long time coming, and I'm finally able to say factory disc brakes. Now I feel bad for the aftermarket companies out there that are putting out disc brakes packages that have been excellent through all the years, but this is going to be a great upgrade to the Tacoma, and it looks like a good sized disc brake. And I believe the Pro and the Trail Hunter come with an upgraded disc brake system that's a little bit beefier and a little bit larger, which is great for braking, especially when you weigh these down with heavy loads. This is going to be a game changer. On the Trail Hunter Edition, you have some amazing standard features with the Trail Hunter, which is obviously meant for the off-road enthusiast or the overland enthusiast. Starting with here at the rear, the A/B steel rear bumper, crash rated, ARB standards. It's got tow hooks built into it, which is great. They're red, they stand out, it's really nice. This is a nicely done rear bumper. It looks very factory, but it looks off-road also. It's a really good mix between meaty and functional. I really dig it, and Trevor's a huge fan of this bumper, so way to go ARB, you guys nailed it with this one. Moving into the bed of the truck, it comes with a whole array of MOLLE around all four sides. You have the big rack system that goes up over the truck, roof rack, and then you've got the side MOLLE that kind of come down and make it quasi pre-runner. I kind of see like old Fall Guy with the big Chevy truck with the Nerf bars. That's where I see it, but you know, I guess to each their own. I'm not a huge fan, but I'm sure there's someone out there that's digging this. Also, inside the bed, you have storage boxes, you have onboard air, and you have a 12-volt outlet with a 2400 watt inverter, like it's a massive amount of power coming out of the inverter in the back, all standard on the Trailhunter. Now, when it comes to the TRD Pro, I don't know how they're gonna come. I'm sure there's options for MOLLE panels. I know that all the roof rack stuff, that's Trailhunter only. Limited, you're not getting any of this. And obviously with the Pro, there's probably options for it, but I don't know where those are gonna be at. This is still prototype, so it's all being worked out, I'm sure with Toyota. But I can't wait to see what these, this off-road and the Pro are optioned out with, because those are gonna be my two favorite go-tos. Also, a really cool feature in the Trailhunter is you have built-in side bed rail lights. And these lights are made to be utility lights. They flood out, so you get that side light without having some aftermarket larger pod. These are built right into the bed. A great, very well thought out for Toyota to come out with for the Overlanders, only available in the Trailhunter. In the Trailhunter, you get a factory snorkel, which is a high-performance snorkel. This is a really nice, very tight to the body, like a beautifully performed functional snorkel that Toyota come up with for the Trailhunter. I don't know if these are options for the Pro. I would assume they are, because Pros usually have a snorkel option, which would be great for all the lineups. If you could offer it for the off-road, that'd be awesome, because this is a good-looking snorkel I'd like to see across the whole line as an option, but standard on the Trailhunter. Now let's address the elephant in the room, front locker. They don't have one. They decided to not go with the front locker, and what the engineers described it as using the terrain control. It will basically, if you are to get stuck, it'll take the traction in the front end and they'll kick it from the side that's spinning over to the side with traction. Still, it's not a front locker, it's not gonna perform the same, but it's a, you know, I guess it's that in between where you're getting a lot of functions, but not the front locker. The real reasoning was behind was budget. They had basically blown their entire budget making this truck amazing in so many other ways with the 4-link rear and the onboard air and all the other features that are in this truck, and they just couldn't make that extra little step to get the front locker. But they feel that with the traction control, it's not that big of a loss. I'm on the flip side of that coin. I think it's a huge loss. I really wish they had just give an option for a front locker. I don't think, especially with you're working with ARB, you've already got onboard air with this Trailhunter, pony up for the front locker, I don't think it would have been a huge leap, but that's what Toyota did, so maybe in the next generation. Back to the front of the truck, they have on the Trailhunter, and I believe the Pro, and I think it's an option for the off-road, is you can get a electronically controlled sway bar disconnect. Now it obviously works in the center, it disconnects, super great feature, allowed on the new Tacomas. I wish it would be an option across the whole board. I don't know how far it's gonna go. I hope it's in the off-road to give everyone that option to get it, because that's a super awesome feature. And they said you will get 10% more articulation once you hit that disconnect. Also in the front end, on the Trailhunter, and I believe the Pro, you get factory rigid lights. You get built-in lights, very nice flush mount. They're color changing, they go white and they go amber. Also in the middle of the grille, another light bar. Really well thought out, integrated lights. Rigid isn't new to Toyota. They've been in Pros for a few years now, but coming into the Trailhunter, they really made it feel like a more seamless integration into the bumper, and it looks like it's really more meant to be there than an afterthought. So hey, well thought out Toyota.
All right, bro, after the walkthrough, what do you think?
I really, really dig this truck. It's an absolute breath of fresh air for the Tacoma. It's a complete redesign. I think they took a lot of componentry from the Tundra and put it into the Tacoma. I like the coilover rear end. I like the sway bar disconnect. Yep. I really like the suspension seats on the Pro. I wish they had just gone with that front locker. And then of course the rear disc brakes, which I can't believe I'm saying this, is a huge improvement on a truck in 2023.
I've been saying it forever. One of the biggest downfalls of the Tacoma is rear drum brakes. I don't know why it took them so long.
Yep.
Like 2023, technically 2024 model
Yeah.
to make it happen, but they finally did. And kudos for keeping up with the rest of the industry.
Yeah, and really every vehicle they also have.
Yeah,
It's their last vehicle.
Every single
They
vehicle.
probably are like, oh, thank God, no more drum brakes for any vehicle in Toyota's line.
No more parts to carry for that.
Right.
Yeah. I wish they had a Trail Hunter and a TRD Pro here versus a pre-runner. But you know, that's just me. Pre-runners are cool, but not for this market, I think.
I understand getting like both ends of the spectrum for the showing the vehicle, but it would have been better if they had the Trail Hunter Pro and an off-road.
Because I want to know what the Pro has, what the off-road has. Because it's weird, because in all of their other truck segments, like the new Tundra, new Sequoia, the off-road is a package. It's not a model, but in this one, it's still a model. So little confused by that and where they're going with that. Other issues I have, and don't get me wrong, I think this truck is a huge improvement. I love the color, I love the aesthetics. It's great looking. The interior is awesome. But the Trail Hunter, too many ARB accessories on there. I think it's just going to jack up the price. So I'm guessing the Pro is going to be a cheaper vehicle than the Trail Hunter.
Yeah, my guess too.
And that's probably going to be a better base, but we'll see where the off-road lies in that, how they configure the sway bar disconnect and everything else, because that's a very attractive option in this market.
Yeah, Trevor and I were actually talking about what vehicle would we get in this lineup, and I said I'd get the Pro. It's got suspension seats. You know, you don't have to worry about taking off the ARB stuff, because I'm going to put high clearance bumper on, high clearance front bumper. You know, I'm going to do all those other accessories, and I'm going to have to chop fenders. I don't want to take off a really expensive ARB bumper just to try to sell it.
Well, but it's only the rear bumper, and I think that rear bumper is a really nice rear bumper. I'm hoping it's still pre-production because the chain connects on there were bent. I'm guessing something in shipping happened on the way here. And then the plastic covers on the top of the bumper to fill in the gap, they're very flimsy. Like, again, pre-production, I'm hoping. Same with snorkel. The snorkel, I literally touched it and it came off. So pre-production, I'm hoping.
I'm hoping it's not.
But
let's talk about some of the things that are also negative that I found. The front cab mount is massive. So it goes around the entire fender. There's plastic, obviously, for the fender flare, and then behind that is directly metal. So your ability to put a 35 might be greatly inhibited by that front cab mount, which I understand is some kind of EPA, you know, whatever, OSHA safety something. However, it's going to really inhibit us. I did hear a rumor, though, they actually made it 3 layers. So the actual inner layer of the cab mount is the part that actually is structurally needed. So there's actually 2 layers of metal you can cut out. So if you want to run a 35 or 37, it might be feasible without doing a major chop.
Ooh, that'd be nice.
But complete hearsay, I haven't seen it. I can't pull the fender off to really look at it. So
well, we can.
I don't think
not be
I don't think we probably get tackled by some Toyota dude over here. They won't even unlock it for it, so they're probably not going to let us tear it apart. You know. But otherwise, it's a beautiful truck. The styling, they nailed it. We had to listen to a fireside chat for over an hour about what it took and all the different collaborations between the artists, the designers, the engineers, you know, interior, exterior. I didn't know it took that much collaboration between all these different teams to make this truck cohesive, and they're really all battling for space, time, and money in this vehicle. So
I like the rigid lights. I think they're really clean.
Very
really clean.
well integrated into the front. It's a sick truck. Can't lie.
Very sick truck. All right, so what are your 3 favorite things about this truck? Just top 3.
I like the way it looks. That's my favorite thing. I like the fact that, I don't know if I mentioned it, it comes with the frame has almost rib nuts. They're like welded on bolt backs.
Yeah, you said it.
Okay, I did say it? All right, good. Welded on bolt backs, so it can take a rock slider without having to do crazy accessory, you know, drilling, clamps. That's a great option.
They put a lot of thought into it.
Very thoughtful.
They really did.
Yeah.
All right,
What
so
about
that's
you?
1.
Oh, is that one? Okay.
That was one. That was
I
maybe
like
two.
the styling. I like the fact that you can put the rock slider on, and I really like the infotainment center. I like the big screen.
Yeah.
You know, I like the actual good cameras. That was my biggest gripe about the camera. You know, I paid for that extra accessory package for my 2020 Tacoma, and the cameras suck. Like, dude, get with GoPro. They make great fisheye cameras. Like, if you can't make that work, like, come on, it's
If you
it's
can
very
partner
expensive.
with Rigid, you could partner with GoPro.
Yeah. So, how about you?
So top 3 for me, sway bar disconnect.
Yeah, that was awesome.
I really dig that.
Yep.
I also like the aesthetics. Like, it's a great looking truck.
Yep.
I think it's a better looking truck than the Frontier. And you know how much I love the Frontier. It's
Wow. I have a tier. You see the tier? Trevor actually said Toyota's better than Nissan.
I did not say that. I said it's a better looking truck.
Beware, the sky's gonna fall.
We will see how it drives and how it performs.
All right, guys, you heard it. No more said.
Okay.
All right.
The last thing
Okay.
I really like are the lights built into the exterior of the bed.
Yeah, that's super
That
cool.
is brilliant.
Yeah.
I hope all the manufacturers rip that off from the Tacoma, because that is really smart and really cool.
I hope it's an option across the whole line. I'm pretty sure it's Trail Hunter only, but at least do the Pro and the off-road. It'd be a great option.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. The pre-runner doesn't have it, but who cares?
Yeah. Whatever. All right, guys, I really hoped you enjoyed that video. If you did, be sure to hit that thumbs up. Comment below, do you like the new Tacoma, or is it just an eyesore and you really like drum brakes?
Yeah.
Comment below. Otherwise, be sure to subscribe, and we will see you guys next time.
Peace.